Hello everyone, Marco255 here and welcome back to the FNaF Retrospective. You all wanted me to cover this game before Sister Location, so here we are. A little context if you have no idea what this game even is. Basically, after the Halloween update for FNaF 4, Scott really wanted to take a break from thinking about a story with all these murders and all, so he spent a ton of time creating a cartoon RPG that was the next mainline FNaF game that was not meant to be taken seriously, yet also seems to have story significance. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Well, it really wasn't in the slightest. People were upset, Scott became upset, and it was overall just an unfortunate time for the franchise. However, things started to get better when the second update for this game was released, due to the ending of that update implying a brand new horror game on the horizon, which ended up being Sister Location. This game is one Scott really regrets making even to this day. However, he considers it one of, if not the most important one to release, because it taught him a valuable lesson he took and considered when making the rest of the franchise. Never take your fanbase for granted. He thought that people would like this game because of the FNaF brand, and well, what I said earlier happened, so naturally he made sure that what the people wanted is what we got in the future. History around this game aside, let's cover my thoughts on this game on my most recent playthrough. Do the YouTube stuff, please. Honestly, this is the FNaF game I've most played because I spent too much time when I was younger grinding for characters because of how the game works. And also I'm a pussy. Anyways, I definitely don't think this game is bad in any way, but there are problems with it that I need to consider without nostalgia clouding my view. Let's start with the gameplay of this game. Yep, it's an RPG, alright. You get 8 characters you can put into 2 separate parties and you go around animatronic village, animatronic, whatever the place is called, getting characters and fighting dudes until you reach the end. That's basically it. There are other parts of the game that give a little more substance, like bites and chips to help you in battles, but they're extremely basic and don't really do much whilst battling, no matter how essential they are to the battles themselves. The way you fight is also super basic. You just choose one of 3 attacks each character has fairly slowly, watch their animation go, and keep going until it's over. I'm not gonna deny that it's pretty satisfying and addicting to play and see all the cool animations the characters have, but it's extremely bare bones compared to other RPGs I've played. However, I don't entirely mind how basic this game is with stuff. Yeah, it's never gonna be on the same level as stuff like Persona or even classic Paper Mario, but it's still super fun to sit through to the end. If you want 100% this game though, it's a damn nightmare because it becomes exclusively a grind fest. At some point, you'll need more money to get all the bites and you'll need to keep fighting to get the last few characters because they randomly appear with increasingly lower chances the more you get. So you'll likely spend hours and hours of your time just hoping that you get one at some point. I would know, that's why I have literally countless hours in the game. Thankfully, you can just edit your save file to give you the characters and the money you need, which I did because I don't really want to play this game again for a long time. We're not done with the gameplay yet though, as Update 2 of this game added an entire section with brand new minigames to unlock the best characters in the game for. These are actually really charming and fun, honestly. Foxy.exe always makes me laugh. Foxy Fighters is just a fun shmup game with charming and memorable moments. Freddy in Space is cool with Scott's actual head as the final boss. This game is weird. And Chica's Magic Rainbow is annoying as balls because it's basically memory until the end where you gotta get lucky with his stupid eyeballs and it sucks. I sure hope the rainbow isn't the final boss. Oh my god! Actually though, this boss is way more engaging than the rest of the game, because there's the mechanic of needing to use bubble breath or you'll quickly drain health, there's these little rainbows that slowly float to you that insta-kill so you gotta use various moves to get rid of them, and there's the ticking time bomb of 3 minutes until you die. A pretty great final boss to end FNaF World on. The other bosses are pretty decent, but they're really just bigger, normal enemies. Even the special ones like Chipper's Revenge and Scott himself are just that too, except harder. Overall, whilst the main gameplay is pretty bare bones and uninteresting, it's still a fun enough time to stick around to get all the endings, and there are side games which are just straight up pretty fun and charming. Speaking of fun and charming, that's how I'd describe the whole game if I'm being honest, because I love how much effort Scott put into this game, no matter how bad of a time it was to make it. The animations are so full of life and really fun to watch. The adventure designs of the characters are really great looking and are easy to tell from one glance who exactly they are. The focus on comedy in a fairly meta story is really welcome and great to see. The OST is actually really good and a must listen for any FNaF fan. I've used many songs in the background of these videos. and I simply love how weird this game is as a whole. What this game lacks in gameplay, it makes up for with charm and pure fun, and that's okay in my eyes. Nothing is outright annoying, it just gets boring at some point. So it's not like the charm is hiding the real problems with the game. Unlike some other FNaF game we've talked about before, yes, I think this game is better than FNaF 2, and I will fight to keep my opinion valid. I'm quite sad Scott has decided to throw this game out and never return to it, honestly. There's been the odd passing reference in a game every now and then. There's truly been nothing with the same charm and feel as this game from Scott or Steelwool. And that makes me pretty sad, honestly. There's a ton of potential, especially now, for a really awesome game here, as there's many mechanics which could be expanded upon, like the glitch subtunnels and making combat more interesting and less about getting certain characters to do well. So I really hope one day we see at least something similar again. That's about everything I can think of saying for this game, so let's end this. FNaF World is a game that realistically shouldn't have happened, but if it had to, I'm glad it did, as it's still a fun time to play every few years or so. I can't imagine playing it again soon though, because I played it too much since it came out. Honestly, I'm gonna put this game above FNaF 2 on the tier list because I'm never annoyed or super bored super quickly throughout my experience playing this game. We were really too harsh on this game purely because it's not a horror game. Sister Location is a game I've been very excited for and dreading at the same time, because I know how different it is, and it was the first game to release whilst I've been a fan of the series, but I also know the sheer amounts of flaws with the game, so yeah. Anyways guys, that just about does it for today's video everybody, really hope you all enjoyed it, and if you like my channel then why not subscribe, click the like button, check out these videos, share with friends and family, check out my Discord server, and click the bell to let you be notified when any new videos come out. Anyways guys, hope you have a fantastic day and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
The show will begin momentarily. Everyone please stay in your seats.